Hello everyone, Frankie Reese here. Today is going to be the first installment in drunk reviewing. I have some white wine. It's my favorite kind, Night Harvest. So I'm just gonna pour some and we're gonna have some reviewing things together. Reviewing things together. So let's begin by first of all drinking. The most important step in this. Let's adjust here. Trying to look pretty, so pretty. Last week, I kind of had a binge and I watched, I'm gonna take my glasses off for this video because they're really annoying me. I need new ones, they're like super dirty. Robin. I will throw something. I watched Paranormal Activity 2 and 3, Grave Encounters 1 and 2, Chronicle, Evidence. I think that's it. Found footage horror is basically my favorite horror ever. I was very happy to find some good ones / maybe some bad ones. So I'm gonna be talking about all of those movies, but just kind of like briefly. I'm kind of gonna go more talk about Paranormal Activity as a series more so than the actual movies, and same with Grave Encounters. I think I'm gonna put my glasses back on because I cannot see. The Paranormal Activity series I'm very iffy about because I really like that it's kind of brought the whole found footage horror genre into the light so that more people can work on it. I'm trying to like waste time so that the alcohol can like set in. You know what I mean? You know. I think it already has started. Oh no. I think that the Paranormal Activity movies are by far the most popular in the found footage horror genre besides like the Blair Witch Project, obviously. In the recent history of found footage, it is definitely the most popular by far. I know that a lot of people that are fans of the genre generally hate it, but I kind of like the movies. I don't think that they were as good as they could have been. They had a really cool concept and everything, but I just feel like they kind of over Hollywoodified it. They kind of made it bad for themselves. I don't really know how to explain how I feel about those movies. Like, I enjoy watching them. I think that the story— what are you doing? I think that the story is good and everything, but I definitely feel like it could have been better. Like, they had such a great concept, and I just feel like they kind of made a lot of cheap scares, and they kind of used it in a very, like, already been done way. I just feel like it could have been so much better, and it wasn't. So that's how I feel about the Paranormal Activity series. With Paranormal Activity 3, the biggest critique that I have with that particular installment is that it's supposed to take place in the 80s, but the camera quality is way too good for the 80s. I feel like they didn't even try and make it a period accurate I feel like they didn't even try and make it a period accurate film. Like, it was just very much obviously made within the last decade, besides the whole like tapes thing. But even still, it felt very much like a modern movie. So I never really got the feel that it was made in the late 80s. Okay, I'm gonna talk about Grave Encounters now. So Grave Encounters, I felt like the first one was pretty good, but the second one was okay. I feel like the found footage aspect of it was so badly done in the second one, more so than the first one, which is really disappointing because they had much more of a platform to make it feel more found footagey, because it's supposed to be this guy vlogging on the internet about it. It was still an entertaining movie, and they definitely built on the whole world that they created in Grave Encounters 1, but it just was lacking majorly in that department. What else did I watch in my binge? I watched Evidence. Oh my god, that movie. If you guys haven't heard about it, Evidence is a movie about 4 friends. I think that they're both like kind of dating Star Trek dating quotations. So they go into the woods and this guy is making a like documentary about his friend, which is the other guy. And it obviously goes awry. Some monster is in the woods with them. Kind of like typical, stereotypical like horror movie concept right there. And then about wine burps. I'd probably say like half hour to 40 minutes into the movie, it takes this complete humongous genre shift and you are very confused. I'm not going to spoil anything, but it basically just completely shifts what it is about. It just completely changes genre and it's very well done. I was very surprised. Do you ever forget to breathe while you're talking and then you like have to pause and just like take a few breaths because that's happening to me? There is no resolution. I know that like it's not really a spoiler because there is like a resolution, but they never explain what happened. And I feel like in a movie like that, it's just so bad. Like it just, at the end, you're just like, but what happened? Like you can kind of guess what happens. You can kind of make up an assumption of what happens. It's not super hard to do that. But at the same time, it would be nice to have an actual thing that explains what happened in it. Now I'm going to talk about Chronicle, and I saved this one for last because it's basically a completely different genre than the other ones I've been talking about, because most found footage movies are horror because it definitely works for that genre the best, but they took the found footage concept and made it into a superhero movie. And it worked well. Man, I am drunk now. It is real. It is real. So I watched Chronicle very hesitantly because when I saw the trailers, I originally was kind of like, oh, that looks kind of stupid. I was actually super impressed with this movie. I really actually loved it. And I think that the way that they used the found footage format worked so well. I definitely think they lost the found footage feeling a lot during the movie. There were certain scenes that definitely they could have tried harder to make it definitely more like this is from a camera that a teenager is using, but at the same time there were some scenes, particularly in the end, that I can understand why they couldn't really continue with the feeling that it had in the beginning. In general, the movie was really good. I was very surprised. I actually really liked it, and I definitely feel like the effects that they had felt very realistic and very much like natural to what it would have been like if some random teenagers discovered they had telekinetic powers and filmed it. Like it definitely felt like that. So I feel like this video is already way too long, so I'm gonna end it here. But let me know if you liked this series. I personally really liked filming it, and I love being able to rant and drink at the same time. It's like my favorite thing to do. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe if you did, and I will see you when I make another video. Bye!